Voters have passed a non-binding referendum supporting the Beach Drive multi-use pathway by a 6% margin. It will be up to city commissioners to decide if the project becomes reality, but opponents are still resisting the plans. News 13's Amy Diaz joins us live in studio. Amy, do we have any idea how this is going to go?
Well, Shelby, the small margin will give commissioners a lot to think about when it comes to the project when they consider the pathway, but city officials say that's exactly why they put it on the ballot.
There's significant support and there's significant opposition. And I think it's been great to actually let our citizens kind of decide this issue.
After years of back and forth, voters have voiced their opinion on the Beach Drive Pathway project. The 1.6-mile, $8 million proposal would go on the south side of the roadway, adjacent to the bay. Plans also call for a new stormwater drainage, a narrower street, benches, and major landscaping.
It's really about just creating a good, beautiful walkway for us all to kind of enjoy. If it would have been reversed, you would expect us to stop the project. If it was in support, you'd expect us to continue. And I think there's a lot of people that, regardless of what side of the fence they were on, respect that, and I'm glad to be moving forward.
In March, the city released renderings of the project, which drew public backlash. City officials say they're continuing to make changes.
We're right now trying to decide on the width of the sidewalk as well as the width of the lanes. What we do know is it's not going to be 10-foot traffic lanes. There's going to be at least 11-foot, so that's going to kind of shrink the trail, which from a lot of the people that I even talked to that were in opposition, that's actually encouraging information to them because they were really concerned about something being so big on the south side of the road.
The desire to build a connection between St. Andrews and downtown Panama City goes back to more than a century before Panama City was even established. But city officials didn't take the idea seriously until 10 years ago. The Florida Department of Transportation funded the project several years ago. Hank Picken has lived on Beach Drive for 12 years. He says the finances are adding up.
The original grant was put together with an exhibit that showed almost $9.5 million worth of expenses to put the path in. And magically, that $9.5 million estimate today is now $6.5 million.
But Street says they are committed to doing whatever it takes to stay on budget.
We may not do a water line, we may have to take out some park benches, we may have to do some things like that to stay within budget. But overall, we feel really confident that we can complete a sidewalk project over a mile within that budget. I don't think that there's enough support for us to say, hey, we're going to go dip into our reserve account or something like that to complete this. So we've got to stay within budget.
Street says once they finalize the plans, construction will take about a year.
And Amy, is the city expecting any legal action from the project's opponents?
That remains to be seen, but city officials say they've been working with lawyers to make sure everything they're doing is within legal rights. They say they don't know of any plans of a lawsuit.
All right, thank you. That's News 13's Amy Diaz reporting live from the studio.